Hey guys, welcome back to the Book Nook Corner. It's Courtney. I've been seeing these videos all over the place and love watching them because it's kind of almost like a cramming situation where people are trying to fit in, their last minute books into their TBR for the end of 2025. And so here we are. I'm doing the same. Let's get into it. Sorry for the lighting situation. I'm gonna try to make it look a little bit better. I thought it was way sunnier up here than what it is, so here we are. The very first book on my list, these are all physical books, by the way, 10 before the end, and they're all physical books. So this does not include any digital books that I do also have and would like to try to finish before the end of the year. If you guys would like to see my ebook version of this video, leave like the digital, I think there's like a little laptop or computer or something like that emoji, leave that down below and I'll do a digital version of this as well, an ebook version. But for now, we're gonna do the physical book version. And the first book on my list is, of course, An Ember in the Ashes. This has been on my TBR and on my to be read, on my, well, same thing, on my currently reading for forever. I am currently reading it. I am, 133 pages into it right now, and I just want to finish it. It's starting to get really good, and so I'm really going to try to prioritize this book and finish it by the end of the year so that I can continue the series because I have the rest of them. I'm going to actually, something different today, read you the descriptions in case you haven't heard of any of these. So yeah, let's go ahead. Laia is a slave, Elias is a soldier, neither is free. Under the Martial Empire, Defiance is met with death. Laia, and her family do not challenge the Empire. They've seen what happens to those who do. But when Laia's brother is arrested for treason, she is forced to make a decision. In exchange for help from rebels who promise to rescue her brother, she will risk her life to spy for them from within the Empire's greatest military academy. There, Laia meets Elias, the school's finest soldier, and secretly its most unwilling. He and Laia will soon realize that their destinies are intertwined, and that their choices will change the fate of the Empire itself. Book number 2 is Curious Tides by Pascal Lascelles. That is quite a name. There again, this is one that I had already started. I'm 105 pages in. I liked what I read on both accounts, on both books so far. The second, potentially third book to this, I believe, already came out, and I just need to get to it. It is such a unique situation, a unique idea, a unique storyline, however you want to word that. I am really liking it, and I just want to finish it so that I can finally be done with this book and know what happens. And that is in a good way. That means that I've enjoyed it, and I just want to know what happens. So let me read the description to you. Emery might be a student at the prestigious Aldrin College for Lunar Magics, but her healing abilities have always been mediocre at best, until a treacherous night in the Dovermere Sea, Kay Caves, kills a group of her classmates and leaves her as the only survivor. Now Emery is plagued by strange, impossible powers that no healer should possess. Powers that would ruin her life if the wrong person were to discover them. To gain control of these new abilities, Emery enlists the help of the school's most reclusive student, Baz, a boy already well versed in the deadly nature of darker magic, whose sister happened to be one of the drowned students and Emery's best friend. Determined to find the truth behind the drownings and the cult-like secret society she's convinced her classmates were involved in, Emery is faced with even more questions when the supposedly drowned students start washing ashore alive, only for each to immediately die a horrible magical death. And Emery is not the only one seeking answers. When her new magic captures the society's attention, she finds herself drawn into their world of privilege and power, all while wondering if the truth she's searching for might lead her right back to Dovermere, to face the fate she was never meant to escape. Obviously, I started getting into some of the things in the description in that 100 pages, but yeah, excited about this one. The next book on my list is Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. She is one of my favorite authors. It's so annoying how you can see the sticker that I took off of there. I did get the Barnes & Noble edition, so it does have the sprayed edges, as well as the beautiful cover. What? That is so stunning. I want to frame it and put it on my wall. I'm super excited about this. I believe it is a prequel to the Divine Rivals duology. I don't think you have to read Divine Rivals in order to read this, but I already have, so if you do, I am set. So let's go ahead and read the description. Dear Matilda, I let the words flow for her, and when the ink dried, I gave my very heart to the fire. Born in the firelit domain of the Underrealm, Matilda is the youngest goddess of her clan, blessed with humble messenger magic she uses to carry words and letters through the realms. But the gods will kill for power, and Matilda holds a secret she must hide from even her dearest allies. And there is a mortal who dreams of her, though they have never met in the waking world. 10 years ago, Vincent of Becket wrote to Matilda on the darkest night of his life, begging the goddess he befriended in dreams to help him. His request went unanswered, and Vincent became a hardened, irreverent lord of the river who has long forgotten Matilda, until she comes tumbling into his bedroom window with a letter for him. Matilda and Vincent were fated to find each other beyond dreams, but to rewrite the blood-soaked ways of the gods, Matilda will have to face something she fears even more than losing her magic, finally allowing herself to be loved. I've heard really good things about this, so I'm super excited. And I'm pretty sure it's fairly thick. It's like 520 pages, so not terrible. The next book is Forging Silver into Stars by Brigid Kemmerer, who is also one of my favorite authors. I adore her, and I have adored everything she's written. I have read everything she's written, as far as like fantasy goes anyway. Oh, I take that back. I didn't read her newest book. I need to take that off.
This was before sprayed edges were like an obsession for everyone.
I did start this. Shocker there. Chapter 10, page 100. So yes, I really need to finish this. I've enjoyed what I've read. I believe that this is in the same world as the Curse So Dark and Lonely series. I don't believe you have to read them together. And I also believe that the second and potentially third book, I know the second but potentially third book are already out. So I need to get on it, friends. Let me read the description to you. When ancient magic tests a newfound love, a dark fate beckons. Magic has been banished in the land of Sil Shallow for as long as best friends Jax and Callan can remember. They once loved the stories of powerful magesmiths and mythical scravers who conjured fire or controlled ice, but now they've learned magic only leads to danger. Magic is what killed Callan's parents, leaving her to raise her younger sister. Magic never helped Jax, whose leg was crushed in an accident his father has punished him for ever since. Magic won't save either of them when the tax collector comes calling. Meanwhile, Jax and Callan are astonished to learn a magesmith has returned to Sil Shallow, and he's married to their new queen. Now, the people of Sil Shallow are expected to allow dangerous magic in their midst, and no one is happy about it. When a stranger rides into town offering Jax and Callan silver in exchange for holding secret messages for an anti-magic faction, the choice is obvious. Even if it means they may be aiding a plot to destroy their new king, it's a risk they're willing to take. That is, until another visitor arrives in town, handsome Lord Tycho, the king's courier, the man tasked with discovering who's conspiring against the throne. Suddenly, Jax and Callan find themselves embroiled in a world of shifting alliances, dangerous flirtations, and ancient magic, where even the deepest loyalties will be tested. This book, honestly, gave me a little bit, which I read, the part of this I read before Quicksilver came out, but this kind of gave me those vibes for some reason. The next book on my list is Leave Me Behind. And this is not a book. This is by K.M. Moranova. This is not a book I ever thought that I would want to read, but I see so many people talking about this. It does have pretty cool sprayed edges, honestly. I've heard that this is a dark romance, like contemporary. I don't think it has any fantasy elements in it, but it is very much so compared to Silver Elite, and I loved Silver Elite. If I didn't have all these new books to kind of get finished and read, I would be rereading Silver Elite right now. Like, I loved it that much. But anyways, I've just heard really good things about this, and I've been trying to sprinkle in more romances into my books because I do enjoy reading them when they are a particular kind. And so sometimes it takes me a little bit to like find that. Like, it has to have like a certain vibe and for me to like it, and I can't even really put my finger on exactly what that is. Once I start reading it, I know. So anyway, just based off of what people have said about this, I really think that it's gonna have that vibe. And I mean, look at the cover. What is even happening? But I'm here for it. I mean,
Sexy much?
so anyway, let's read the back. Together, our broken pieces can do anything. Nell Gallows is the sole survivor of an elite Dark Forces squad, Riot, after a detrimental attack 2 years ago. Unsurprisingly, she's being put up as the top candidate for the Special Ops team, Malum, the squad that goes where no one else will or can. There's only one problem. Malum blames their one casualty from the Patagonia mission on the Riot squad. So what is Nell to do when she finds herself on a plane to California on her way to a sure death sentence? A one-night stand. At least that's all it was supposed to be. One last night to be free. Only she finds out too late that the dark and mysterious man she solely wanted as a fling is not only her new comrade, but also the one she dreaded meeting most, her immediate superior and an untouchable devil in the field. Bones. That's so cool. He's hell on earth, cruel and unforgiving, but most of all, he hates Nell, and he makes sure she knows it. And yet, she finds herself unwilling to leave his side after he's unable to get to the evac point when a mission goes awry. She stays behind with the devil and the secrets he keeps, and they'll only have one another to trust when no faith is left. What? The next book I have on my list is Iron and Embers by Helen Shore. I really want to read all of her books, but for some reason this is the one that like just keeps calling to me. And this was actually our book of the month on one of my Discords, I think for like August or September, August maybe, and I didn't get to it then, so I would really like to try to finish it by, whoops, a book slid off the pile that I have over here that's gonna crush me. I would really like to get to this, if I can, hopefully by the end of the year. I've heard really good things about it, and this author, look at the chunker. Oh my god, it is 645 pages. So let's read the back. Ren Embervale, alchemist turned... One of the cats is scratching at my door, by the way, so just ignore that. Ren Embervale, alchemist turned assassin, finds solace in only one thing, seeking vengeance for the death of her friends. The wars of the past may be over, but her thirst for revenge is far from quenched. For years, she has been content with her poisons and potions for company, but when an unknown form of alchemy is used to attack a king of the mid-realms, Ren's time in the shadows comes to an end. She's offered a place at the Ancient Alchemy Academy of Drevenor to find a cure to the dark magic threatening the kingdoms. To win her spot, she must conquer the Gauntlet, a grueling series of deadly trials that could cost her sanity or her life. More is at play than sabotage from fellow competitors. Magic wielders are being targeted, and Ren becomes tangled in a dangerous web of deception and bloodshed that puts the entire realm at risk. But the biggest threat of all might come from the man assigned to protect her, Torge Elderbrock, the silver-haired war hero who has hated her since she assassinated his last charge. Their shared history ignites a simmering tension that threatens to consume them both. Peace is fragile, trust is scarce, and enemies lurk around every corner. Will love heal all wounds, or will it be the most lethal poison of all? That was a really long description. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do like something different today and read these to you, but this sounds really good, and I'm pretty sure the second and potentially third book are both out in this series as well. The next book on my list, and this is kind of a far-fetched one, but that is Alchemized by Senlin Yu. Holy shit, this book is a brick. It is really heavy. Oh my god. Okay, let's see what page count we have here. Oh lordy, it is 1,030 pages. That is insane. If you don't know where this book was birthed from, you're living under a rock. If you have not read Manacled, you need to get on it. I'm actually one of those people. I haven't read it yet either, but I've heard really, really good things about it, and I didn't want to miss out on the first copy, the OG copy of this, which is her traditionally published twist on the Manacled story. She had to change it from Harry Potter and a Hermione fanfic for obvious reasons. So this is what came of that, and I'm really excited. People seem to really love it, and it just seems to be very well loved. It seemed like it was a huge hit, and I'm really excited about it. So let's read the description, shall we? Once a promising alchemist, Helena Marino, that is an amazing name, is now a prisoner, war and of her own mind. Her resistance friends and allies have been brutally murdered, her abilities suppressed, and the world she knew destroyed. In the aftermath of a long war, Palladia's new ruling class of corrupt guild families and depraved necromancers, whose vile undead creatures helped bring about their victory, holds Helena captive. According to resistance records, she was a healer of little importance within their ranks, but Helena has inexplicable memory loss of the months leading up to her capture, making her enemies wonder, is she truly as insignificant as she appears, or are her lost memories hiding some vital piece of the Resistance's final gambit? To uncover the memories buried deep within her mind, Helena is sent to the High Reeve, one of the most powerful and ruthless necromancers in this new world. Trapped on his crumbling estate, Helena's fight to protect her lost history and to preserve the last remaining shreds of her former self is just beginning. For her prison and captor have secrets of their own, secrets Helena must unearth, whatever the cost. The next book on my list does happen to be Flame and Sparrow by S.M. Gaither. She has quite a few others on Kindle Unlimited and ones that I own on my Kindles that I want to read, but this is the physical one that I have, and it's been on my TBR. I believe it was a winner for one of my Discord book clubs also that I didn't get to, so I definitely want to get to this ASAP. Plus it has like that on the inside, and I believe, yes. Okay, so let's read the back. On the eve of her 20th birthday, Karis woke to the sight of a divine creature dying outside her home. 2 weeks later, her sister disappeared, leaving nothing but a trail of blood in her wake. Convinced the gods were responsible for the disappearance, Karis has spent the past 5 years plotting her revenge with the help of a cutthroat band of like-minded rebels. So when Draven, one of her world's most powerful deities, descends upon her kingdom in search of humans worthy of serving him, Karis knows what she must do. Earning a place at the gods' side will allow her to find out what truly happened to her sister, and then destroy the gods from the inside out for what they did. Thrown into the dazzling but deadly world of the divine courts, she must navigate complicated politics, strange magic, and dangerous trials to prove herself worthy of standing among the gods. Among the most dangerous of these trials is Draven himself. Karis knows better than to trust the enigmatic god of fire. The flames of passion that stir between them are only divine trickery, and yet the more she learns about him, the hotter the forbidden sparks burn. The more she begins to question all she thought she knew about the world of gods and mortals and everything in between, and the more she risks betraying her own secrets, which may be the most dangerous thing of all. The next book on my pile, 10 by the end, is Empire of the Vampire. by J. Kristoff. I'm sure that you all have heard a lot about this book if you are in the same circle of reading as me. This is a well-loved book. This story is quite the story. I, of course, started it, let's be real, and I'm 175 pages into it. I need to just continue it already because I know the second book, potentially the third book, is out as well. This is different. This is different than anything I've ever read, honestly, and I like it, but I don't, but I do, but I want to continue.
I'm a poet and didn't know it.
I just want to finish it because I just want to get to the end and see how I think about it then, because I hate DNFing books, but yet there are parts like I remember everything about it. It sticks in your mind. I don't really think you could forget about this book even if you tried. It has been 27 long years since the last sunrise. For nearly 3 decades, vampires have waged war against humanity, building their eternal empire even as they tear down our own. Now, only a few tiny sparks of light endure in a sea of darkness. Gabrielle de Leon is a silver saint, a member of a holy brotherhood dedicated to defending realm and church from the creators of the night. But even the Silver Order could not stem the tide once daylight failed us, and now only Gabriel remains. Imprisoned by the very monsters he vowed to destroy, the last silver saint is forced to tell his story, a story of legendary battles and forbidden love, of faith lost and friendships won, of the wars of the blood and the forever king, in the quest for humanity's last remaining hope, the Holy Grail. The last and final book on my list, and one that was an anticipated release for me and that I'm very excited about, the cover is amazing, you all must know about this book, is Burning Daylight by Emily McIntyre. I am currently reading quite a few of her books. If you did not watch my last vlog that I just posted, please do yourself a favor and go check that out so that you kind of are aware of my chaotic craziness and like, where am I going with all of these books? But we're gonna try, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to pick this up? Like, just look at that cover. Just look at it. Stare at it. Take a gander. Creepy AF. What are those hands? I'm scared to find out. By the way, this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, in case you didn't know. I didn't know until I read the description, and I was like, hell yes. Juliet Calloway lives in a world of luxury, legacies, and lies. The daughter of Rosebrook Falls' most powerful family, her life is a crafted performance, and she's tired of being polished to perfection. Roman Montgomery doesn't exist. Not officially, anyway. He's a shadow, a hidden weapon, the secret heir to an empire soaked in danger and a generations-old feud. When their paths cross, sparks fly. No names, no pasts, just reckless smiles and a chemistry neither of them can shake. Roman is charming, mysterious, infuriatingly flirty, and Juliet? She's simply his. When Roman is called back to claim his place in the Montgomery Empire, the truth crashes down. Their families are sworn enemies, and Roman's very existence is a threat. Their love isn't just forbidden, it's impossible. Now every kiss feels like a betrayal, every stolen moment a risk. And in a town built on secrets and blood, their passion might just be the most dangerous thing of all. So what I'm most looking forward to with this is not an enemies to lovers. The fact that at least it doesn't seem like an enemies to lovers. I started this the other day, but I'm literally only on page 10. So, I mean, barely getting into the story, but I just want an insta-love. I want an obsession. I can't live without you. I'm gonna die without you in my life type of love. Not a, I hate you until I don't. Like, sometimes that just gets overused and it's old. I want like a complete obsessed with you romance, and I'm hoping that that's what this is. So that concludes my end of the year TBR. I am so excited for all of these books. Oh my god, my arm is breaking. Can you guys see me shaking? That is an insane pile of books, and I cannot hold it anymore.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna break my hand off. Okay, guys, so that's it. If you guys have any of these books on your list, I'm like literally blocking out the light with this pile of books. If you have any of these on your end of the year TBR, also let me know. Maybe we could buddy read. If you would like to see my ebook version of this, also please leave some sort of digital emoji down below, a cell phone, a laptop, whatever kind of ebook looking device there is in the emojis. Leave down below if you would like to see that as well. I would gladly film it for you. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that you're glad to see me back from my little break, because I'm glad to be back, and definitely go down and check out all of my links down below. I have some fun things for you. I did make a TikTok, and I've been making a lot of reels for Bookstagram, shorts on BookTube, and then TikToks on TikTok. So they're just like reading vlogs, like short little like cute reading vlogs, and I'm having a blast with it. So go make sure to check that out, as well as my Cottage Fairy Society Patreon. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for watching my videos. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!